Good cocktail syrups are the secret weapon in many a bartender's arsenal, and they're a lot easier to make than most people think. And I'm going to show you how to make 7 of the most popular ones. Stay tuned. What's up guys, I'm James, Barprints.co, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to make both large and small batch portions of 7 of the most popular cocktail syrups. Far easier than a lot of people think, and by the time you're done watching this video, you'll be able to make a syrup out of practically anything. Now, if you're new to the channel and you're looking for the best in all things bartending and cocktail, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down here, and don't forget to click the notification bell to make sure you never miss a video whenever they come out. Now, I've been thumbing through the Smuggler's Cove Tiki book, and for those of you who don't know, Smuggler's Cove is this amazing modern tiki bar out in California, and they have a ton of great recipes in there, including recipes for syrups, and I've noticed that their recipes follow suit to what many us bartenders use. It's a lot of similar bases, a lot of equal part measurements. For those that are a little bit more complex, I already did the math so you can do both large and small quantities. But with that said, I'm going to be starting with the simplest recipes to make first and then work my way down to the complex. So let's get into it. Now, the first cocktail syrup that is an absolute must-have is the simple syrup. And like the name suggests, it is super easy to make. It's something I always have on hand, like I mentioned in this video right here. And you're about to find out in a second why always having a batch just makes life so much easier. Now, the ratio for simple syrup is 1:1. 1 part sugar to 1 part water. All you do is put those 2 ingredients in a pot, bring it to a boil, stir until the sugar dissolves, and that's it. It is literally just as simple as that. It is by far the most commonly used cocktail syrup. Please God, don't ever buy it. It is really not necessary. You just found out how easy it is to make. Save yourself a bunch of money. It's just those couple steps. Once it cools down, you bottle it, you store it, and you're done. Now, personally, I always go for a rich, simple syrup. And what that is exactly is a 2 parts sugar to water syrup. And I do that for a couple of reasons. For one, I personally feel like it adds a really nice mouthfeel to the cocktail. And then, of course, once you properly infuse your other flavors, like you're going to see in the next couple recipes, it really helps those flavors really stand out in the cocktail, which of course is exactly what you want if you're going to be adding them in the first place. So the stuff I keep on hand at all times is a 2:1 rich simple syrup. Now, just in case you're wondering to yourself, how do I make sure that once everything is done, it comes out to the right consistency and everything that I need it to be or that it should be? Well, you can check out this video that I did right here. It gives you all the tips to check your syrups, whichever kind you do, to make sure they have the right consistency, viscosity, etc. Show you exactly what you're looking for. Next up on our list is our honey syrup. Just as simple as the simple syrup, but as the name of course suggests, you're going to be using honey for this one. Some people call it honey syrup, some people call it honey water. It is the same thing. All you're going to do for this one is do a 1:1 honey to water ratio, and that's it. The main reason for this is so that you can easily mix honey into a cocktail. As you know, honey by itself is pretty thick. It doesn't shake as easily or stir as easily, so you basically thin it out a bit. Now, I personally go for a different ratio, very much like how I like my rich simple syrup. I typically go to a 3 part honey to 1 part water ratio for my honey syrup, again for that very same reason, so that when I'm mixing it into a cocktail, you can really get that honey flavor coming across, balanced with the rest of the ingredients. That's the honey syrup for you. Now, the next cocktail syrup on our list is grenadine. It is a pomegranate syrup, and again, very easy to make. It's used in a ton of rum cocktail recipes and tiki cocktail recipes, and here's all you need for that. All you're going to do is get you some pomegranate juice, some unsweetened pomegranate juice, and add a 1:1 ratio of pomegranate juice to sugar. Put that in a pot, stir it, bring it to a nice boil, and then of course using the methods we talked about in the other video. Watch that after this one, by the way. Take it off to the side, cool it, store it, and you're all done with your grenadine. Next up on our list is our cinnamon syrup, and that is just rich simple syrup infused with cinnamon, as the name would suggest. Now, there's 2 ways you can go about it. Both of them work equally as well. You could either put all the ingredients, your simple syrup and your cinnamon, in the pot, Bring it to a boil, let it sit and cool. While it's cooling, the liquid is going to pull the flavors out of the cinnamon, infuse into the solution, and you're going to come up with a great syrup. Or you can do it this way, which is just bringing that simple syrup to a boil, adding it to your container, and then adding your cinnamon in there so that it can do its maceration there. And once it's cooled, you cover it, you store it, you're good to go with your cinnamon syrup. Now, a couple things on the cinnamon syrup recipe. Now, if you're doing a large format, like you already love it and you're going to be making a big amount, say 32 ounces of it or so, you're going to be needing you're going to, of course, be making a large batch of rich simple. So I would say 4 cups of sugar to 2 cups of water. And within that mixture, you're going to go with about 6 3-inch cinnamon sticks. For the cinnamon sticks, I would recommend that you go with Acacia over a Ceylon because it has a more robust cinnamony flavor. Yep, cinnamon is a word, I looked it up. And that is going to make a great flavorful syrup. Now, if you're doing a smaller batch, like a test batch or something like that, say a 6-ounce batch of your cinnamon syrup, you take your 6 ounces of rich simple, and then I would infuse it with 2 3-inch cinnamon sticks, Acacia cinnamon sticks. Let that sit and infuse, and once again, you are all done with your cinnamon syrup. Now, next up on our list is our passion fruit syrup. So for this one, we're going to be using equal parts of our rich simple syrup and passion fruit puree, or in the case like what I'm doing right now, I'm actually using fresh passion fruit, equal amounts to go with the rich simple syrup. And you do the same thing again. Bring the simple up to a boil, mix in the fresh fruit, and then you're just going to let it sit and let it macerate. Once it's cooled down, the flavors will be nicely infused, and then you simply just strain away the pulp into your container. Once it's cooled properly, go ahead and seal it. It's all for storage. You are done with your passion fruit syrup. Great in a ton of different cocktails. Tiki cocktails, porn star martinis. The sky's the limit. You can go nuts and make some really cool stuff with passion fruit syrup. Now, the next syrup up on our list, and actually one of my personal favorites, is ginger syrup. Now, there's 2 ways for you to approach this. The first one is to take a page out of the cinnamon syrup book, where you take your 1 part rich simple syrup and then an equal part of freshly chopped ginger. Bring it to a boil, put everything inside, put the ginger inside, let it macerate, let it start to infuse, and then once it's cooled, you go ahead and strain it and you bottle it. Now, the other way to do it is to make an even spicier version of the ginger syrup and really get all the robust flavors of the ginger, the juices from the ginger, thoroughly infused into the syrup. And for that, you're going to need a blender. You're going to use the same ratio of 1 part rich simple syrup to a matching part of freshly chopped ginger. Throw everything to a blender and then go ahead and blend it for about 20 to 30 seconds, just so much that the ginger is nice and shredded. Once that's done, you just go ahead and fine strain it into your container, allow it to cool off, and then you're all set with a far more robust, spicier ginger syrup. Now, last but certainly not least on this list of cocktail syrups is our Origia. And Origia is a almond flavored syrup found in many rum and tequila cocktail. Now, I saved this one for last because it's by far the most labor intensive of the syrups. Now, I don't mean that like it's super hard to make. It's actually really easy. It just has a few more steps that the other syrups didn't have. And with that being said, I'm going to give you 2 versions. I'm going to give you a long version to make this and a quick little hack that I found that has made life a lot easier when it comes to making Origia in a pinch. Now, first I'm going to be speaking about the large format recipe for the Origia, which should yield you anywhere between 40 to 48 ounces of liquid. And it won't probably look like it during the demonstration because I'm actually not going to be making that much of it for my personal use this time around. But this way you're going to have the large format spec, and then I'll get into the smaller batch version later. Let's jump into it. Now, to get started, you're going to be needing a food processor and something to do some fine straining with. So either a cheesecloth or, like I'm using here, a nut milk bag. Yes, I know. I said what I said. Here are the rest of the ingredients. 1 pound of blanched almonds, 4 cups of water, 5 cups of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of rose water, a 1/4 teaspoon of orange blossom water, and 2 teaspoons of lightly aged rum just to add some shelf life to your Origia. Now the first step is to add your almonds and water to the pot and bring it to a boil. Once it's done, go ahead and strain the water into a separate bowl and save that for later. Next, you're going to take your food processor fitted with a steel blade and grind about 2 cups of the almonds into rice-sized pieces for about 10 seconds. Next, add about 11 ounces of the almond water that you just saved and then grind it again for another 10 seconds. By now, you should be like an almond paste with the consistency of a very fine porridge. Then you take your nut milk bag and you begin adding your paste and straining it into another container. Keep that going until you've strained all the paste, and then congratulations, you've just created almond milk. Now here's where the shortcut / hack comes in. If you're really in a pinch, if you're really in a hurry, or you just really don't feel like it, you can bypass that entire first step and go ahead and purchase some unsweetened almond milk. Once you have that, you're ready to jump on to the next step. And whether you're doing large format or small format, the next step is exactly the way you'd follow it to have your perfect Origia. Let's go. Next, we're going to be following the rich simple syrup method, and we're going to be adding 2 parts of sugar to the 1 part of almond milk that you have. Place it over a low heat and gently start to stir it in until the sugar is dissolved. This should take about 15 minutes or so, and you'll end up having a nice thick syrup once you're done. Now once the syrup starts to cool, go ahead and add your rose water, your orange blossom water, and your rum to the mixture. At this point, while it's cooling, you might start to see a thick skin start to develop over the Origia. Just go ahead and give that a vigorous stirring. Try to reincorporate as much of it into it as possible. Now once it's done cooling, just go ahead and transfer that to your nut milk bag once more. Go ahead and strain everything through to give it one final strain so you can have a nice, crisp, clean Origia ready to go. Go ahead and bottle it and store it, and you're all set. Now, in the event that you want to do a smaller batch of Origia, say that was a big one of 40 ounces or so we're going to go with like a 6 ounce measurement. You take your Origia with your 6 ounces of almond milk, two times that of sugar, and then for the waters and the rum, you just take a pipette dropper or a tear dropper, and I'd add really about 1 drop of each to it. Actually, 1 drop of rose, 1 drop of orange blossom, and then 2 drops of rum to that mixture, and then you'll be set with your Origia. And those are 7 of the most popular must-have cocktail syrups out there. Hopefully you've seen that it's not that hard to do, and by following these steps, you can really make a syrup out of practically anything. Now, if you're looking to take your mixology skills to the next level with a guided program that you could do online in the comfort of your home in the space of a weekend, go ahead and head over to barprints.co and check out our Mixology Mastery program. I've put together a training program with proven systems and frameworks to help you master every aspect of the art of the cocktail. If you want to jumpstart your journey right now, go ahead and head into the description and download our free PDF training, the Barprints cheat sheet, to get you started right away. If you found this video helpful, and I really hope you have, don't forget to give it a like and share it with your friends. It helps the channel out way more than you know. And for more great videos on bartending, cocktails, tips, tricks, and all that fun stuff, go ahead and check out these videos right here. Thanks a lot for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.